There are shows in this world that we will never fully understand, except Ghost Adventures. We have watched every episode to build our obsession, our fandom.
Watching alongside each other because no one we know really gives a damn. Watching Zach and crew catch groundbreaking proof of the paranormal, inspiring us to explore our own interest in otherworldly phenomena. This is our podcast. We are Paranormal Putas.
Oh, goddamn.
Rufio!
Hey, everybody, it's me, Leah.
And it's me, Bethany.
And we're back. And but first with the Paranormal Putas.
Leah's off her game. I think we need to remind her who she is.
I'm Chuck Bass.
We're closing out the season, and we're still Chuck Bass.
Nothing's changed. Oh, my goodness, everybody. We're the Paranormal Putas, and we are back with the Ghost Adventures review.
Yeah, today we're going to be looking at Season 6, Episode 9, Old Charleston Jail, premiered in 2011, and it is the final episode of Season 6 Ghost Adventures.
Whoa, can you believe it? Our last GA review of Season 6.
Yeah, very interesting. Very interesting.
It's all like a blur. I don't know how we got here, but we're here, baby. So let's run through this.
Let's do
it. So to Bethany's point, we're at Charleston Jail. I believe that's located in Charleston, South Carolina. And really, it's a jail, y'all. A lot of fucked up shit happening there. And of course, we get a little bit of that in the pre-investigation when Zach meets up with Hoon. I believe his name is Henry Calhoun.
Yeah, they call him Hoon.
But they call him Hoon. And Zach walks around with Hoon and learns some of the history of this location.
Yeah. All right. So they're touring around with Hoon. And, they're talking about how this place has been in operation for 130 years and over 14,000 people died here. And Zach goes on to talk about how evil of a female Lavinia Fisher is, and that she's the most evil he's ever dealt with. And that is because at the time they think her to be one of the first female serial killers. Mm-hmm. I think it was just one of the first documented serial killers.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
But yes, this location is known for housing infamously Lavinia Fisher, to Bethany's point, along with her husband. And they were really a killing duo. So it was John and Lavinia. And really, Lavinia would lure men in. She'd get them all nice and poisoned up. And John would rob and chop them up. And that was kind of the package you got with the Lavinias.
Yeah. With the Lavinias, the Fishers. John and Lavinia Fisher. They ran this inn, and she would lure these guys in off the streets, offer them a place to be, and then he would chop their asses up. And I think there's an episode about her on fucking the women's show we used to watch. Snapped.
Okay.
Women Who Kill, or whatever it was, right?
Yeah.
What? No, was it? No, it wasn't Snapped. It's Dangerous Women.
Oh, Dangerous Women. Yes.
Yeah,
yes. Yeah, Dangerous Women.
That was a good show. Anyways,
so we go on to hear more about the history, but what was really interesting is that the location at the time was being used as a learning center for people to come and learn how to do various trades work, and also just kind of learn about the arts. It was really weird.
Yeah, at the time of the filming in 2011, people were using the building as an art school. And it was interesting. It's cool because you would graduate with a liberal arts degree free, but you would also learn a specific kind of trade.
Yeah.
So that was actually kind of cool and also kind of random though. They were like, yeah, it's an art school now. And then, which leads Zach to talk to one of the students.
Oh, yeah. So he's talking to one of the students, just kind of asking, hey, any experiences? And like, no, we really like it here. And then a young girl was like, well, there was that one time, ha, ha, ha. And apparently it was just they found unexplained scratches in some of the plaster that they were creating art in. So it was just like, who did that? Ooh.
Well, didn't they say that they saw something like run across, like they're behind a table and on the other side it
I think you're
ran
right.
across.
Yeah.
They went over to look, nothing's there. Then they look at the plaster and it's scratched
and then it had
up.
scratches. Yeah.
And Zach automatically is like,
Were they keeping a tally of how many days they were in jail?
and I was like, why didn't you ask if it was like a little monster, like clawing
like
shit up, like
with the 3. Yeah.
Anyways,
We digress, but let's see, what else did we hear?
we went down into the cells of the area, and they showed a grid of what like their little prison cells for this place look like, and they were like 3 by 3 foot prison cells. They were tiny little squares. You could not lay down. Like you'd probably sit crisscross, but that was about it.
Yeah. No, and yeah, so really small spaces, because, and Zach even kind of calls it out. He's like, we've been to really big prisons, and this is like the size of a house or like a mansion is what he calls it. So it is a really small location. So the prison cells were itty bitty. The conditions were not at all what you would expect. I'm sure anyway and anywhere, but overflowing latrines is what was said, and apparently a really intense lice outbreak going on in the location, so much so that there were lice eggs just kind of on the ground everywhere. I guess it just sounds gross.
Yeah, they were talking about how the guards would be walking with their leather sole shoes, right? And that while they were walking, you could hear crunching because they were crunching on so many fucking lice eggs. And then there was like maggots in the food, and like Leah said, overflowing toilets. And then, they said latrine, and of course it made me think of Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Oh, yeah. My name's Latrine.
What does it say? What was it before?
Unfortunate name.
Yeah.
Used to be shit house.
Used to be shit house. And he like, it's good. It's a good change. It's a good change. Or a good name. It's a good, whatever he says. I love it. Anytime I hear the word latrine, that scene plays in my head.
Oh yeah, man. Every time. But the guys keep hanging out with Hoon, and the next bit of the pre-investigation I have is that Hoon makes claims that he's seen a reflection behind him, and they really lean into the reflection of this woman being Lavinia Fisher, just kind of roaming the grounds, and they really chalk her up to being pure evil because of what she said right before she died, and they claim that she had said, if any of you have a message for the devil, tell me now, for I'll be seeing him in a moment. So Lavinia claiming herself as being someone who is evil. So Zach really dug that. Evil.
That was pretty much it for that area, because then I have note of the battery carriage house in rooms number 8 and 10.
Oh, yeah. I'll say one more thing just to kind of shout out in regards to Lavinia. One of the things they mentioned in regards to her dying was, they hung this woman and they pulled the trap door expecting her neck to snap immediately. But apparently she swung and it did not snap immediately, and it took her 15 minutes to pass away while she hung there in front of everybody watching. So that's pretty brutal.
Yeah. I love how Hoon was like, it took 15 minutes for life to leave her body.
Yeah.
I'll never forget it. I didn't even have to write it down.
Some things just stay with you.
Yep.
And to your to what you mentioned, now we're getting to the battery carriage house inn.
Yeah, and that place is, popular for their headless torso floating about. They were like talking about this headless torso, and I was like, what the fuck is this headless torso doing? Is it just floating around? Like, what's going on here?
Oh yeah. So Zach and the crew really like it's really another skit in my opinion, this whole bit.
Yeah.
They go into the streets of Charleston and they see one of those horse-drawn tours, and Zach's like, oh, how do we get on one of them?
Yeah.
And so they do, and they're taking the tour, and Zach's talking about the horses, and it's just kind of ridiculous, and he's talking about how they mark the piss in the street and asking about the horse shit and if they smelled the fumes of the horse shit. And even Aaron's like, all I've learned on this tour is about horse shit. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, yeah, pretty much. Mm-hmm. So all this is built up for Zach to be like, we get a lot of people asking us, why don't we investigate during the day? So we want to go to a place and investigate right now. And the trolley guy takes them over to the carriage battery inn house or right. Yeah, the Battery Carriage House Inn to do a little daytime investigating. And that's where they mentioned the headless torso ghost, because apparently this house was used temporarily as a hospital during the Civil War. So, of course,
right on the front line.
Right on the front lines, right there by Battery Park. So Zach really leans into that, and they conduct a daytime investigation.
Where they talk about shadows for way too long,
bro. Needless to say, they don't really get much there. If they did, we'll talk about it in our next segment. But that's kind of it. The guys just go around. That's what we get for the pre-investigation. So I think it's time to roll.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Honorable haunts and skimpy scares.
Nice.
Oh yeah, baby. I feel like I got more skimpy honorables. I don't really have skimpy.
I have one full skimpy.
Okay, let's hear it.
Nick saying that the atmosphere is heavy and cold around his body, coming and going. So Nick is in a jail, he's in a jail cell area, and he says that he's feeling like cold bursts of air around him, and the atmosphere is weird, but I did put that just as a skimpy on its own.
Yeah, word. Okay, I feel that. And then for me, I guess if that's your only skimpy, I'll start with my skimpy honorables. We're at the Carriage Inn, and the guys get an EVP. This is during their daytime investigation. And it's in reference to, there's a water bottle on a dresser, and Zach says, if you're here, move that water bottle. And then it's like, rah, 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 rah. And I guess they think they hear something. I don't really hear anything. I mean, something's there, but again, not grade A, nothing really to take away. So skimpy.
Yeah, that was actually the only skimpy honorable that I had.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, let me go through some of mine. Let's see what happens here. So for my next skimpy honorable, I have the guys are in Charleston Jail, and they ask the question like, Lavinia, are you here? And they say they hear yes. I don't hear yes. I hear like, mink.
Yeah.
Mink. And it was just kind of like, all right, whatever. Again, something's there, but it wasn't grade A EVP.
Agreed.
The next one they get is another EVP where they claim to hear the words, I want to go. I don't hear that at all. I hear like, I mean, something again, but not grade A for me to say, oh yeah, I want to go.
Agreed.
And my last skimpy is another EVP where the guys claim it says, get off him. But Bethany made the point where she was like, well, I hear kill him or I'll kill him. The guys say, get off him. If it was grade A, we would know exactly what the fuck it said.
Yeah.
And because we can't say, then it's not grade A and it's a skimpy honorable.
Yeah, agreed.
And that's it for my skimpy honorable. Now we got some honorables, baby.
Yeah, we got a few honorables, and it's mostly like EVPs, which is always interesting. But so the guy going into the jail, and of course they want to talk to Lavinia, and they start asking Lavinia spirit, like, what did you say? Like, as Leah said, she said, if you have a message for the devil, let me know. And they get an EVP that says, the devil.
Ooh. So they get juiced up about that for show. Zach's like, that's what she said. Oh my God, it's intelligent. And it is. So pretty solid. For me, I call out the fact that Dakota pops up. So for those Ghost Adventure fans who don't know the name Dakota, he was not, I think it was this year or late last year. He was in some drama with Zach Bagans. He now has a show like something Haunted Destinations, or I don't really know the name. But he apparently started working with Zach based off of winning a contest back in 2011. So it was really interesting to see Dakota pop up with his little braces, and I was like, damn, how old is this dude? So yeah, shout out, Dakota's here.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. I didn't really mention that. I figured, we probably should have talked about it earlier, because I don't think it's quite like honorable, or like really, it was just kind of a note.
Yeah.
It's
just a note.
It's just kind of like he shows up, and it is interesting because he acts and looks like a mini Zach.
Yeah.
Like he's doing the whole thing. He's talking like Zach. He's acting, he's investigating like Zach. He is just embodying Zach. And Zach's like, oh, how cute. I have a mini me.
Yeah.
And then to know that, fast forward like fucking 14 years later, they're beefing, and Dakota's pissed at Zach because the show shit, and it's like, I don't know, it's just kind of interesting. Like, how did you get from point A to point B? Like, what happened here?
I thought that too. That I think it's really interesting that you're calling that out, because like he's even rocking like the little cross chain and like dressing like Zach and all these things. And I thought that, I was like, I wonder if that's why Zach was like taking him under his wing. He was like, oh, this is cute, this is precious, and it boosts my ego. So that's just really interesting for you to call that out. But so Dakota.
Dakota, we'll see him pop up more.
Oh yeah. But I guess for me, in regards to the Roe investigation, my first honorable is an unexplained knocking sound that the guys get while they're hanging out in Charleston Jail.
Yeah, and that knocking sound was also accompanied by a miss. Because that was on my list too.
All right.
The next honorable that I got was Nick again is in this jail cell, and the guys hear a loud crashing.
Whoa. And then while hanging out in the jail cell, Nick captures an EVP that says, "You're making me mad."
Yep.
And that was pretty good. Grade A.
Yeah. You make me mad. Which was cool because it's like, ooh, is she talking to him because he's a prisoner and she's like angry at him or something? Or like, I don't know. Or is it just that they're annoying dates? Who knows? The next one I got was, again, an unexplained banging after locking Dakota's dad up. So in this investigation, since like Leah said, Dakota won this investigation. Like, he won a lockdown, which we have a quote for you later. Hold that in your back pocket. He won a lockdown by creating a music video as Zach, again, mimicking Zach. And it, him and his dad were there for the investigation. So they lock up his dad in like his own room for like an hour and a half. It's fucking crazy. And they did get some cool stuff. One of those things being unexplained banging.
Yeah. It was pretty cool. In the same area, the guys capture footsteps coming from above them. So the guys are with Dakota, and they capture some footsteps. It was pretty good.
Yeah, that was fun. They were doing like their EPP sesh, and they were like, "Oh my god, shut up!" And they hear footsteps, and it was cool. That was a fun moment. And funny enough, my next moment is again with Dakota's dad. Mm-hmm. They also caught some really good and clear unexplained yelling.
Yeah. Well, I thought it sounded more kind of chanty. It was like, ba, 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 ba. Like, I don't know. I took it more like as a guard yelling, like, get up, or, wake up time, or like, it gave me that feeling when hearing it. So, but yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was good.
And then for me, the last honorable that I have note of is they're in the EVP review session. So they're in a quiet space. They're doing an audio listen back, and they capture the EVP. Let me out. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I thought that was really good.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to make sure I read it.
Oh, I know what that was. Yeah. I think that's what it said.
So the EVP, let me out.
Let me out. That was a pretty good one. That was my last one as well.
Yeah, man.
We had the exact same list this time.
Let's roll then.
Let's rocking and rolling.
All right. Let's break down these fashions, babies, because I got just a couple words for you guys. Aviator shades. Ooh. Spike hair. Black V-neck. What? Accessories galore. We got rings, we got belts, we got everything we need. And then we got those investigation pants.
Tell me more.
Where on black light camera, you can see clear as day the embroidery stitch on the butt pockets. It's amazing. It's the perfect zigzag design. And the pockets are huge. They kind of look like Jankos.
Yeah, those pockets are massive. Like, they're the big butt pockets, and they like go down to the back of his knee. And it's like swirls and curls on it. It's amazing, and it shimmers.
Oh, yeah.
But otherwise, we're looking pretty regular. Same old, same old.
Same old, same
Nothing
old, man.
particularly awful or particularly great.
Nope. So that's really it for the fashions.
Wow, that was...
I know. I know.
Let's roll. Zany Zaddy says,
What? Holy shit.
Hell yeah, Zany Zaddy.
holy shit.
I can't believe it's our last Zany Zaddy of season 6, bro.
We got some pretty fun ones.
Yeah, we did.
Do you want to kick it or do you want me to kick it?
I can kick us off.
Let's do it.
I do not remember this one at all.
Then I will do it. Of course, I chose this one because it's beautiful. Zach is over here talking about Lavinia's death because she was hung and all that. And he's just, getting real philosophical talking about death. And he says, when somebody dies, it's just the most mysterious time in someone's life. Beautiful.
Yeah, that's a way to say it, man.
Beautiful.
Super mysterious.
I loved it. I thought that shit was hilarious.
Oh my gosh. So as Zach is learning more about Lavinia, he's getting excited and Hoon's telling him, yeah, man, you're going to have a good time. She's really going to like you. And Zach's like, I somehow seem to attract psychotic, evil women.
And then I said, who was Zach dating in 2011?
Quick, do the research. We need the background.
It was one of the Playboy bunnies. It wasn't Holly. Holly was 2019 to like last year or something, or 20 something.
Oh shit, you looked it up?
Yes, I did look it up in the moment because I was like, I need to know. He was dating another Playboy bunny, but I feel like it was just some random one-off one. I don't think it was anyone he was in the public with, because I could only find 2 women he's been publicly with.
Shit.
In
That's
relationships, and they were both Playboy bunnies.
Oh.
He's got a type.
He's got a type. Oh, for sure.
Anyways, so he was just talking shit about an ex, obviously. I feel like you should take this one.
Oh my gosh. So Zach, as we mentioned, they get a little trolley tour around the town, and they walk up to like a little barn, and there's horses in there, and Zach leans in and he goes, what's the chances of a couple guys like us hooking up with a horse like that? Whoa! And like, I love it how like Aaron's in the background, like, whoa, buddy, it's not Tijuana. And Zach's like, oh, let me rephrase. Like, I don't know. Oh, God, that's just his shtick, Like,
dude, there's so much like 6th grade humor in this season. 666, I guess.
It was good. It was good.
Yeah, it was funny. This one I loved. This is Nick, and he's in that jail cell. Yes. And he's having a time. And he's like, I have electricity jolting through my body. Oh my
God. I felt like he was trying to be such a Zach.
Oh, totally.
I have electricity jolting through my body. Jolting through my body. Like, chill out.
Like, bro, come on.
Jesus.
Oh, the next quote though. Yeah, no. This one's good.
This one's good. So this is Zach talking to Dakota and Dakota's dad, and he goes, "You guys didn't win a trip or a birthday party at McDonald's.
You want to lock down with us?
Boom, baby.
Like they didn't know.
Yeah.
Like they didn't fucking know. He like closes the door and locks it and he tells them that and it's like, yeah, that's why we're here. It's why we entered the competition.
Yes, to get the lockdown. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jesus.
It's just so funny. I love that shit. Oh my God, this one's funny.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So later on, of course, like the whole episode, they're talking about Lavinia. And Zach is talking about her and says,
Lavinia was a psychotic bitch and killed a lot of people.
and you know what? I'm pretty surprised he wasn't trying to sleep with her the whole time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That is a shocker.
Yeah, that actually
For
kind of,
us.
yeah. Wow.
Because he's been on one. He's been on one. The next one involves two people. So do you want to play the part of Dakota?
Sure.
All right. So Bethany's playing the part of Dakota, and I will be playing Zach.
And action. Lavinia, I'm here, and I'm a lot hotter than Zach.
She knows the truth.
No, I fucked it up. He goes.
Huh. She knows the truth.
We all do, Zach. We all know the truth.
Oh, yeah. I mean, come on. Dakota's got braces. He's like 5. It's just weird.
So the next Zany Zaddy, he's going over how he tells Dakota to like make verbal checks with the EVP recorder. So he's like, you know, you got to say if you whisper, if you bump into things, and then he gets real like kind of somberish and he's like, because that's the proper way to investigate. Sure, Zach. Sure thing, buddy.
Wow, bro. Wow. He took it to the level. He took it there.
He really did, man. He took it all the way there.
Took it to the limit.
Boom,
Or
boom.
push it to the limit.
It's push it to the limit. That's
Push
okay.
it to the limit. But he took it to the
Oh my goodness. So you guys, that's the haunts, that's the fashions, that's the zaddies. It is time to rate
this baby.
the last episode of season 6.
That it is. Do you
Charleston
know what you're
Jail.
going to give it?
Man, fuck. Like a 1.5.
Oh.
Like a 2.
I was going to.
A 2. I'll go with the 2.
I was pretty set on 2, like midway. I
Yeah.
was like, this is a 2.
It's a 2 episode.
I was like, they got good stuff. Like the evidence was there. It was
Yeah.
good. There was some good comedy along the way. But again, too much fucking filler.
Yeah.
And
Way
it was
too
just like a little weird at times. And it's interesting because this season only has 9 episodes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I wonder why. Like, I wonder if like the lack of excitement kind of played into whether or not Travel Channel was ordering more episodes or not. I mean, obviously, you know, they're still going today.
Right.
But I don't know. It's just kind of interesting. There's 6 episodes and this season has been kind of weak.
Yeah. The season has been kind of weak. So a part of me is glad it's over. But a part of me is bummed that was it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I don't know, but regardless, season 6, that is a wrap with the Ghost Adventures reviews. You know I need a cleanse.
Baby girl, I need the cleanse.
Omni rigere suminaro. Omni rigere suminaro.
Take a big deep breath in. Release that baby out. You're clean.
Woohoo! Feels good. Thanks.
Wow, that was our last cleanse with our little friend for season 6 Ghost Adventures episodes.
Man, that's pretty brutal.
Yeah,
I can't believe we're here. We did it.
yeah, we did it.
Shit, man. I need a nap.
Yeah, it's time to go. Thanks so much, everyone, for hanging out with us. Peluge. I'm Bethany,
And I'm Leah
and we're signing off with Chubasitos.
from these Putitas. don't you give me the Fonzie? Hey.
I was going to say, I'm Truck Bass.